This year has all in all been alright for video games. But nonetheless, most games have either been disappointing or just completely broken at release. I occasionally make an attempt here or there to review games as well, but it just kinda sucks to review a game from which you already know in the first few hours that it's either not gonna be very good or very fun. The way I personally fix this annoyance is by going back to some of my favorite games of all time, and not only that, but also adding an unimaginable amount of mods to them, as that tends to keep the gameplay fresh and fixes all of the problems the original game had. And today I'm gonna share that list with you. I'm also gonna keep the list and the examples quite short, as I don't want to turn this into like a mod showcase video, as there are plenty of channels that already do an amazing job at that. This video is just to give you more inspiration and titles to try out. So here are 5 games that I love with modding communities that are still very active, and on top of that, very impressive. This should come as no surprise to the people who follow my channel on the regular, or even my second channel, as I still post New Vegas clips there from time to time. But yeah, I love New Vegas. Truth be told, I haven't touched the base vanilla game in years, as I spend more time modding the game than actually playing it, but I honestly think that like 50% of the fun is to be found there. It's insane how we now have the power to turn New Vegas into an over-the-top spaghetti western, or a straight up Mad Max copy, or even a Metro-like survival game. It obviously also helps that the role-playing and dialogue are essentially flawless in New Vegas, so you only have to focus on fixing gameplay and visual related issues. The things I've mentioned until now though are complete overhauls, but what I might even love more about these mods are the small add-ons that really immerse you into the world of New Vegas. Things like animated ingestibles, adjusting the HUD to your liking, or even something like new weapon animations. If you don't care about these small little details, you can always add things like entire new companions or quests into the mix as well. There's a reason the total downloads are slowly but surely nearing 500 million, as the modders have been keeping New Vegas alive for almost 13 years now. XCOM 2 is the best turn-based tactical game on the market right now, and I'm willing to die on that hill. There's a reason why, whenever a new game in this genre gets released, people will either call it a XCOM clone or throw it on a games like XCOM list. The only game that has been able to scratch the XCOM itch slightly for me is Wildermyth, but other than that, XCOM is one of a kind in how you start relating to characters that don't even speak except for some basic military callouts. This is also where the modding fun often begins, with new looks, clothes and voice packs for your soldiers. When you're finally done spending 45 minutes on a character only to have them die in combat 20 seconds later, you'll realize that all of those weapon packs you scrolled past may have come in handy actually. The same goes for armor as well. Modders have taken the liberty to just straight up recreate entire armor sets and weapons from popular games like Rainbow Six Siege and Call of Duty. The simple quality of life mods shouldn't be ignored either, as a lot of them turn the repetitive combat add-ons like Fighting the Lost into an automated process, or make sure that very talkative characters finally keep their mouth shut more often. If this is all too much for you, you can always keep it simple by just adding some map packs if you, for example, already finished the game multiple times and can by now dream the layout of every map in the game. I absolutely suck at Total War games. I get my ass kicked regularly on normal difficulty, but one game that I can play quite flawlessly even on legendary difficulty is Total War 3 Kingdoms. But that's not the reason why I like it so much. The reason I love 3K more than the other Total War titles is because the game focuses quite a lot on building a lineage and the way characters interact with each other, which is basically non-existent in the other Total War titles. Don't expect the level of interaction with family members as in, say, a game like Crusader Kings 2. But nonetheless, to even have a bit of this is amazing to someone like me who loves role-playing games. The modding community keeps the game alive by making these interactions much more punishing and rewarding, and also elaborate on the options that were already available in the main game. I mean, I think so. At least I can't understand like 90% of them, but the handful of them that are in English are great. You can imagine how easily you'll get attached to these characters, especially when they've leveled up quite a lot and turned battles around on their own on multiple occasions, only for them to be captured or killed by the enemy, which makes you want to destroy their entire bloodline. Which, well, is often what your campaign will boil down to. The vanilla generals look like absolute donkey dicks though, so modders have fixed this by releasing multiple mod packs that not only update the generic generals the game divides among the factions, but also adds entire characters, some lore friendly and others less, that the developers didn't add to the base game. To top it all off, you have your basic gameplay fixes like enemy generals never wanting to duel and the AI wasting all of their gold on useless army investments. Throw all of this together and you'll keep playing Total War 3 Kingdoms for many more months to come. I am in the vast minority of people who think that Dragon Age Origins actually still holds up fairly well, even without mods all of these years down the line. With that being said though, things like memory patches are unfortunately a must-have, as the game just doesn't handle newer hardware or even software very well. As for some people, this game already falls apart due to the fact that they have Windows 10 installed without any mods in general. Nonetheless, whenever we get to the actual modding, they are so good that they'll essentially just replace everything the vanilla game has to offer. I'm talking better and more creative weapons, armor sets that take inspiration from other games like The Witcher or even the other Dragon Age titles, your typical character overhaul stuff like better hairstyles, eye colors and character presets, entire new classes and abilities being added, speeding up the very slow vanilla combat and being able to re-dye your favorite clothing. This is just the tip of the iceberg though, but it kinda makes sense as Origins is one of the most renowned and beloved RPGs to have ever released. As the dialogue, similarly to New Vegas, is essentially flawless, you only have gameplay issues and quality of life fixes, as the ones I mentioned a minute ago to fix, which makes Origins a great game to play either modded or unmodded. To finish off our list of games and the trend of huge modding communities, how can I not mention The Witcher Wild Hunt? My playtime on Steam is quite low for this game, but that's because I played the game originally on a PS4. PC gaming on its own is already quite a different experience compared to a console, but the amount of mods that you can download for The Witcher 3 enhances this experience even more. The cool thing is that, yeah, if you want, you can add crazy lore, unfriendly mods all you like, but I personally love the mods in this game that fixed a few things the developers got wrong. Things like Triss's hair color, the fact that Geralt is pink instead of pale, and well, actually having white hair. Adding a cloak. I mean, as far as I can recall, he never wore a cloak in the books, but it just looks cool. Giving Witchers the proper eye color, adding the moveset they showed at E3, and the list goes on. On top of that, things like reworked armors and sword sets are a nice bonus, which also goes for some of the combat overhauls, as the vanilla experience is a cakewalk to be honest, even on Death March. Some of the mods for this game were so amazing as a matter of fact that they've been implemented into the next gen version of the game that released a couple of months ago, which really shows of how much quality they actually were. These are just my favorites though. What are yours? I'm always looking for new recommendations, video ideas, and honestly games to try out. So let me know in the comments why they are your favorites and why I should try them out. And yeah. See ya.